If anyone tells you that maturity leads to personal growth, please don't believe them. This is not how it works. In the real world, maturity and growth are two different things. It's often said that if you're able to check your mistakes, it's a sign of maturity. And if you're able to correct your mistakes, it's a sign of growth. And I would agree with that. Maturity is about awareness. You're aware of your deficiencies. You're aware of your mistakes, your fears, what you're good at, what you're not. That's awareness. And that's a good start. That's a good step one. But what good is this awareness if you don't do anything about it? Right? What good is that information if nothing constructive comes from it? So being aware perhaps gives you a little bit of growth, maybe moves you in that direction of growth, but it's not the kind of growth that you want or you need. I know this because many of my friends in their 40s and 50s, they're mature and they're stable and they've got good jobs and they've got great families. God bless them. But many of them are also very, let's just say, unfulfilled. And they are surprised that despite having everything in life, they're not very happy. And it goes back to what I was saying before. Being mature just means you're more aware. It may lead to some level of well-being, obviously, because you are more self-aware, you are making more decisions in line with reality, you are not falling in certain landmines that maybe immature or over-emotional people would fall into. So you could make the assumption that maturity could bring some level of well-being. But in the end, when we know our weaknesses, we know what's missing in our life, and we deny it, we don't do anything about it, what is it? We are too scared to take action. That fear that prevents us from taking action, that is our cause of our unfulfillment. This is the problem. I know people who even wanted to start foundations for underprivileged children, and they never started them because of fear of failure, right? They knew this about themselves. They said, I'm a very risk-averse individual. I don't trust many people. Or somebody said, I'm a big-picture guy. I don't really roll up my sleeves and work on the nitty-gritty stuff. So we know our weaknesses, and we have excuses, and all these excuses are valid, as they always are. But what does that get us? Just knowing the fact that we have these deficiencies, doesn't that make things worse? Isn't the fact that your weakness ends up turning into your limiting belief later in life? We allowed it to grow to that level. All this awareness in the world only makes it worse. You're just more aware, and you realize what you're doing to yourself and what you're doing with your life and your precious time on this planet, and you're wasting it away. If anything, maturity makes that awareness hurt more. So my suggestion to you would be, please don't confuse the two. Just like, growing extra gray hair doesn't mean that you're maturing. Maturing doesn't mean that you're growing. And if you really want to grow, you have to take on risk. You have to dedicate time. You have to be willing to learn and fail. And you have to be willing to embrace uncertainty. You have to be willing to feel like a fool at times. Don't think that your age grows in line with your personal growth. Personal growth only comes from taking dedicated action. Do that. Chase something that you've always wanted to chase but you were afraid of, and you will come alive. I know that. I have done it. I've put myself in many situations that are way outside of my comfort zone. And I can tell you, maybe not in the first month, maybe not in even the first 3 months, but a few months down the line, it was an acquired taste. And now when I look back, many of the things I've implemented in my life, whether it's the daily routine, whether it's the book reading, whether it's the daily blog, the little community of share, learn, and grow that I operate, All of these things are very meaningful to me. They add tremendous value in my life. So yeah, they give me purpose. And I think that's really the message here. After crossing 40 years of age, I realized that enough is enough. I've got to put myself first. I've got to do the things I've always wanted to do. I wanted to express myself without the fear of being judged. So I did what I did. I put myself out there in the world and let the world judge me however it may be. And I think that is so liberating. It's very hard for me to express that in words. So yeah, whatever you do, don't compromise on your desire to be who you are. I'm not asking you to take on crazy risk. I'm not asking you to jump off buildings. I'm just asking you to pursue what you always wanted to pursue, or to do something that may scare you a little bit, and something that, if money was not an issue, if societal judgment was not an issue, you would do it in a heartbeat. Just go do that. That's where your growth is. I wish you nothing but luck.